it's you. Man, thanks for joining us again. Here we are, Work Visa Solutions. We're having another great day. You know why? Because of you. You are America's secret sauce, by the way. And so, real quick, real freaking quick, if I do this in more than 5 minutes, I hope that I've given you more advice. And it's good for you. But I want to do the top 5, not 4, 5 things that you can do right now, going forward, to increase your odds, here or there, of getting your H-1B. I want you to get your American dream on. Get your America on, everybody. Come on. You can do it. And that's our number 1 thing of the top 5 things that you can do to increase your chances of getting an H-1B visa. First, remember, you are America's secret sauce. You know that, don't you? You know that a lot of immigrants come here and they're so jazzed, they take risk. For example, the risk of coming here and creating their own new life. That's entrepreneurial. These people rise and they start businesses, they manage businesses, and our economy is better for them. You have to know that, man. You have the ability to do it. Have that confidence and faith in yourself. Now, you can have whatever the heck you want. Put your mind to it because you're quite smart. You are. You have that white picket fence thing if you want it. Me, I don't go in for white picket fences. I like snowboarding, man. You know, and a lot of yoga. Oh, you got to be doing that yoga, man. Especially when you got a real busy job, and you're gonna, because you're going to be getting your America on so hard, you're going to be hustling so much. Now that we've covered point 1, yes, you can. You can do this. Let's go to point 2. Your skills. Your skills have to be way, not just here, but like off the camera. Like so freaking high, man. You have to be the most skilled person that you can be. And what's the best way to start doing that? Yes, you in Topeka. That's right. You should be on an F1 visa getting an education in America. That's going to open up all sorts of positive externalities. Make sure that you use the term positive externalities later when we get to point 4, let's say. Now, your F1, that's going to be kind of like your guide path to becoming an H-1B. Why? Because it can keep you in status, and it can allow you to get an education and an educational attainment that can qualify you for the specialty occupation. It's a statute. Now, we're also got to play the politic game, and, you know, the guy in the White House right now is not good for that, as you know. Which is why, if you're here on an F1, you know, maybe you put that off. That gets to our 3rd point. Working on your skills is your 2nd point. 3rd point, one of those skills needs to be business. So if you're on that F1, you're probably in STEM. Best thing you can do. Best skills that you can get. Back to point 2. Best skills you can get, STEM. Science, technology, engineering, math. And a bachelor's at that. At least. Because that gets you in the door. That makes you qualified for the visa. Back to point 3. Business. You are a person of value. There's one thing you care about. The bottom line. Creating value. You are America's secret sauce. And because of that, you're always going to be looking out for value. You'll be open-minded when you see something. You're going to be asking questions about people. This is one of the reasons why, if you are currently on an F1, pick up a business major. Train yourself in business. Look at how a company makes money. I realize that you probably have hyper technical skills. An amazing programmer, an amazing chemist, an amazing engineer, or math equations that I couldn't understand if I lived to be 3012. That is awesome, but it's not enough. Because in America, there's a saying. The business of America is business. And you can do this. Remember point 1, you can do this. And point 2, work on your skills, aka get an F1 visa. Point 3, good at business. Make sure that you're working on always focusing on value, how you can create value, how you can help, how you can serve to do that creation of value. Now, again, it's a build, measure, learn loop. If you understand build, measure, learn loops, you probably also understand Scrum software patterns or agile development, whatever they want to call it. You're going to try, you're going to see what happens, and then you're going to measure what happens and make refactorings. So, now that you are good in business, what else do you need to be great in? Let's go back to your F1. That's really cool. That F1 opened a lot of doors for you. And getting that bachelor's, maybe that double major, even though I got a double major, you can do it. And now you're going to try to get a little bit more of an edge. They call it when you're trading options or when you're laying bets on the roulette. No, it's not roulette. When you're laying bets on the craps table, you're looking for an edge. And how do you edge? Well, use that F1. Get your master's in America. I'm not saying that you're like, oh, I got a master's in America. No. I'm saying get a master's from an accredited American institution. That's what I'm saying. You'll be on an F1 visa while you're doing it, but that master's is going to let you play the lottery 2 times, not just once. Like somebody who's got merely a bachelor's who's doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. But you're doing a better job because you got at least a master's, so you get twice to play it. Now, of course, currently, there are only 85,000 H-1B visas per year in the lottery. Once you get up to this area, like you've got your skills so high that you're into the masters, into the PhDs, you might be starting to qualify, or your medical doctors, you might be starting to qualify for jobs that don't have to play the lottery game. But let's assume for this one, you do have to play the lottery game. You want to be in the master's pool, at least, so that you first get the bite of the apple of the 20,000 H-1Bs that are set forth for these cap-exempt ones, these master's ones. And then if you don't win that lottery, you pour over into the other general lottery, which in 2017, your odds of winning were... Yes, you from California. 42%. How did you know? Yes, exactly, 42%. And my bet. So got any money on this? All right, let's put some money down. It's a sawbuck, $5. $5 bet right now. I bet you that there will be 125,000. No, that's way too few. Way too few. Man, this would be too easy for you. Last year there was 199,000. Economy's still pretty freaking hot, but a lot of people are worried about Trump because RFEs are up 300%. See another video about RFEs being up 300%. Can I put a thing right there? I'll put a thing right there. Later. I'm going to say 182,000 H-1Bs will be received by USCIS on April 2nd. Hey, you want a piece of that action? Leave it in the comments. DM Work Visa Solutions on Facebook. And by the way, why did I not say this earlier? You, America's Secret Sauce, right there. Why haven't you liked this video? Why haven't you shared this video? Why haven't you commented on this video? You need to start sharing, commenting, and liking these videos, and subscribe to Work Visa Solutions so that you can get all these pearls of wisdoms. And now, let's get to the number one thing that you can do. First, we do the rundown. First, I'm sorry, let me refactor that. I don't like to say first and then first. First, let's do the rundown. A, believe in yourself. You can do this. What one man can do, another man can do. And, by man, I mean human. B, focus on your skill set. Get your skills in order. That's your F1. That's your bachelor's. That's in STEM. 3, Be a businessman. Think about business. And businessman also includes what? Networking. It's not just service. It's not just asking questions to understand people's problems and to be a person of value that always wants to solve those problems and to be mindful of how well you're solving those problems and the methods and the procedures that you're using to solve those problems so that you can continuously it's Scrum. It's the build, measure, learn loop to apply that. That gets us to 4. Get a master's in the United States. I mean, you'd think that's pretty much related to 2 through 4, but 4 is kind of like the summation of it. And then you get to 5. You. Again, sell yourself. A lot of employers, just spoke to one real today. First H-1B, the guy is clearly qualified. Clearly qualified. And one of the problems that I have with a lot of the rejections that you may get, or the RFEs, the request for evidence you may get from the government, has to do with their failure to understand what it is to manage a code base. I mean, when you know that code base, that's yours. I mean, like that's it. It's kind of like I'm a litigator. Hey, let's go sue for you in court. Specific facts to your fact pattern. Now, imagine you're swapping this litigation with new attorneys coming in all the time, and it's a sprawling litigation. It's NP hard, dude. You cannot figure out how to code this litigation, and that is kind of like when you have a developer that has been dedicated to this project for years, and they've built this project. They built other projects like that. They are so uniquely fit to be able to do that. I mean, specialty occupation on steroids. That's why you got to sell yourself. Sometimes the employers might not know who to turn to. Be like, oh, you know what you need to do? Work Visa Solutions. Just Google that. They'll find me. But sell yourself. The other thing you might want to look into some Grant Cardone stuff. Figure out what it is to do sales. Figure out what that is, because you're going to need it. Somebody's going to have to take a chance on you. And that chance ain't cheap, man. You need the LCA. You need to pay the prevailing wage. And in my opinion, you don't need to just pay the prevailing wage. You need to pay level 2 prevailing wage. You need to make sure that at least a bachelor's was required for this. Like I said, skills up, fear down. But if you do that and you continue to sell yourself, the whole package of you, man, everybody's gonna be working for you in 20 years. You'll be the Sanjar Pichai. Or I can never remember Nadella's first name. And those two are just 2 examples of what the H-1B visa can do. Lots of Fortune 500 companies are founded by immigrants or their kids. It's like 40% of them. They make business happen. That's why we call you your secret sauce, or America's secret sauce. Now, I'm Tom. I'm America, and so can you. Get your America on over at workvisas.solutions. I am so glad that you tuned in. I can't believe that you took the time. If you're still watching this, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Just a little one. Maybe a share. Hey, you know what the best thing would be? If you've been watching it this long, you might be a business owner. You might have the guy or the girl, the employee that's perfect. And they're already doing the work on like a CPT or an OPT. And you need to reach out. We're looking for beta testers over at Work Visa Solutions. All right, well, that's the top 5 right now for how you can get your H-1B visa. We're going to refactor this, and we're going to have another one of these in about 6 months. See you then.